3, 2, 1. iONNA!
To start off the interviews with the OEM representatives that were at the iONNA opening event, ribbon cutting, Olabisi Boyle is a iONNA board of director member and also a very charismatic and passionate Hyundai senior vice president of product and mobility. I hope you enjoyed the interview.
I'm here with Olabisi Boyle, who is the Senior Vice President of Product Planning and Mobility Strategy at Hyundai Motor Group, which I understand is headquartered in California. Is that correct?
Hyundai Motor North America is headquartered in California in Orange County, Fountain Valley.
Very well. And she was kind enough to answer some questions. The first one is that in the EV community, it was a lot of back and forth concerning the $7,500 tax credit and its benefit and its detriment. But it has been noted that Hyundai Motor Group has not really suffered much of a detriment, being in third place in overall sales, as I understand it, with not really having access to the $7,500 tax credit through 2024. It's really a remarkable sales story that even against those headwinds, you're able to put vehicles in customers' hands that were compelling enough that they were willing to proceed without having to worry about the $7,500 tax credit. And with the addition of the Hyundai Ioniq 9, which we're standing in front of, the future looks really bright. So what do you think 2025 holds for Hyundai Motor Group?
Well, we would have been welcome to also been able to get the $7,500 tax credit. But to be honest, our product strategy has never been based on the current, who's in administration. Our strategy is always based on what the customer is looking for and being part of this EV transformation. And so as we're taking this EV, we do believe the future of mobility is electric. And as we've done that, we made very good decisions with our EGMP platform and 800 volt architecture in our Ioniq 5, Ioniq 9. And we wanted to make sure that we would withstand the challenges associated with any large transformation like EVs. And so to do that, we wanted to make EVs that were relevant, had great range, and had great charging speeds. The 800 volt architecture lets us do that. The second thing that we wanted to do was have a diversity of powertrains, because we knew there was going to be the early adopters who don't really worry about the challenges associated with infrastructure, and then what we call early majority EV intenders, who this might be their only vehicle, and they are concerned with affordability, and they're very much concerned with charging infrastructure. So what we said, since we understood that, is we were going to always have a diversity of powertrains. We were going to make the best EVs we knew how, but we would also have plug-in hybrids, and other vehicles as this change from early adopter to early majority occurred. And so it allowed our strategy to be as flexible as you can for the change between early adopters and early majority, and if there happened to be a change in administration. Now, you need to be flexible enough with your manufacturing strategy as well, such that depending on consumer demand and changes in administration and changes on incentive policy, so that you can build more HEVs or build more EVs. And we have a new plant here that can build EVs and HEVs. Yeah. So our strategy was always customer first and EV transformation. How do we make that happen? Diversity of powertrains, flexibility at our plants, and ensuring that we had the best EVs, HEVs, PHEVs that customers wanted.
It's been a very successful strategy. I've seen, as you say, both fully electric and hybrid Hyundais all around my neighborhood. I don't know if that's anecdotal or not, but it definitely seems to be.
It's on purpose. It's part of the plan.
It seems to be working. Well, you mentioned the EGMP platform, and it is a fan favorite among EV enthusiasts, getting the faster charging speed. And we're standing in front of Alpitronic hyperchargers, which are able to output 400 kilowatts at 800 volts. So how do you think iONNA is going to help distinguish the EGMP platform for owners who are pulling into iONNA stations and getting even faster charging?
So a little bit, we were talking about this EV transformation. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, right? And so right now in mass market vehicles, we have 800 volt technology that charges faster than vehicles at 400 volt technology. There will come a day with network like iONNA that has 400 kilowatt where you'll show up with your 800 volt architecture vehicle and have a full charge and be able to leave before the 400 volt vehicle is done charging. and have added 200 plus miles to the time that you stayed, probably under 20 minutes, right? Using a 400 kilowatt charger. That was part of the plan from the beginning, independent of any administration, independent of only thinking about the customer first, and they're going to want to charge first. And we want to give them the best opportunity such that they have the fastest charging by picking an 800 volt architecture vehicle.
Very good. Yeah, and I can think of no other OEM that is better suited for, as you say, transitioning from the early adopters to the
we call it early majority, but more the mass market.
And then the yeah, exactly, the mainstream. The largest portion of the public purchasing cars are probably in the price range of vehicles that your company produces. So I can think of no other OEM that is better suited to help facilitate the transition to electric vehicles or reap the benefits of the transition to electric vehicles than Hyundai. And the question I really had is the Georgia plant. I almost wonder if it's almost not going to be able to meet the capacity necessary in order to meet the demand of North America, because with this transition, I think there's going to be a lot of people looking at Hyundai vehicles. Do you think there's going to be enough production capacity?
Oh, we definitely have the capacity.
Okay.
And that was planned. We have it, and you know, we have Ioniq 5 we're building already. Ioniq 9 soon to be built. HEVs will be built there. We'll be able to fill up this plant. And so we just, you know, want to be the EV and the HEV automaker that you go to first. So we'll worry about filling up the plant. We just want everybody to buy our vehicle.
Well, hopefully, dealing with success is always a good problem.
Yes.
And we were talking a little bit before the camera was rolling that I was actually looking at the Hyundai Ioniq 9, and the concept, it was a 7, and it's a beautiful vehicle, a lot of practicality. Has there been any interest from people who are doing commercial types of applications for the Ioniq 9, like shuttle services or anything like that?
Not at this time, because, you know, we made it as a 3-row family vehicle, no compromise EV. That was the thought, right? The thing that you're used to in your 3-row family vehicle, you can get with your Ioniq 9, have it beautifully designed, I'm biased, and also meet all the needs for the family. But if we constantly monitor new opportunities for all our vehicles. So if there was a fleet opportunity, it'd be something we'd consider. It's just we haven't had that to date. And, you know, we're just about to launch it in the first quarter here.
Very new. I would imagine it's not going to be too long before there's going to be fleet operators and also shuttle service operators who are going to be knocking on your door, because it seems to be perfectly suited. And the last question I had, there's a lot of vehicle to load applications that it has been a part of enthusiasm of the owners of Ioniq branded cars. Is there any plan to expand that to additional home energy integration services?
Yeah, we're gonna this year bring bidirectional charging to Ioniq 9, and we're working with WeaveGrid to study how we can get some vehicle to grid applications, so we can have it work such that you can sort of make money off the battery in your EV. And so we're looking at that, we're studying that, we're working and partnering with WeaveGrid.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Very good.
Thanks.